Okay, hello everybody, we are now back and we are now almost ready for the final battle against the Ur-Quan and the Sa-Matra. However, there is one thing I want to do first, one place I want to go to before I visit the Sa-Matra, and that is this star here, Vela. Now, Vela is the star where the world Unzervalt is, where it's the captain's homeworld. I've gone through the entire game so far without going there. It is possible to go the entire game completely without ever going back to the captain's homeworld, and so I thought this time it would be a good idea to show you guys what there is there. So here we are at Vela. Now you'll have noticed that my escort fleet has changed quite a lot. I have kept my 4 kunk ships that I had because I haven't used them yet and I would like to show you them at some point in the future. I have kept my single spaffy ship because spaffy are the best people to use when fighting against the green Ur-Quans. I have put in 1 Cyrene penetrator, which is another ship that I haven't shown you yet, and the rest I have filled with the Chimera Avatar as the final new ship, which are, according to the Chimera, the best ship in space when in competent hands. So now, here we are at Unzervalt, and we can see that it has been found by the Ur-Quan, and it has been put under a slave shield with an Ur-Quan dreadnought guarding it. So we should go and kill these people and save Unzervalt. Fortunately, there is only the 1 dreadnought in this fleet. I'm not going to use my spaffy ship in this fight. I want to save him for the final battle when I'm going to the Sa-Matra. So I'm going to use this battle to show off the Cyrene penetrator first and then the Chimera avatars.
There is something wrong here. Something which makes my sheath retract and my talons ooze. I sense the ugliness of 1,000 evil thoughts. And I have located the source of these fetid emanations. They come from aboard your vessel. Foolish renegade human, why have you come here? All that you have found is your inevitable punishment. So, the offspring has returned to its nest. When you left this system, our ship was near enough to detect your translation into hyperspace. Though we lost your hyperspace spore, we were able to backtrack your path here to this star system. And what did we find? An outlaw culture. Humans outside of a slave shield. You will note that this oversight has been rectified. Now, we shall finish the job.
Now, you might have noticed that that conversation sounded a little bit disjointed. That's because the first part, up until inevitable punishment, is what happens the first time you meet a green Ur-Quan while carrying the talking pet. And the bit after that is the conversation that happens when you return to Unzervalt. So, now we have to fight this 1 Ur-Quan dreadnought, and as I said earlier, I will show off the Cyrene penetrator. Now you might wonder, why does the crew number there say 12 out of 42 and not just a number to show it's got full crew on it? That is because you cannot start off a Cyrene ship with full crew. You start off with 12, and the secondary weapon is supposed to be a siren song that will lure the crew from the Ur-Quan dreadnought to join the Siren penetrator, which didn't seem to happen. The primary weapon is just a normal gun, like a lot of these ships have. So Siren, as you might have noticed, are not very good against Ur-Quan. So now I will show off the Chimera avatar. They start off with the Zap-Sat's point defense second. Secondary weapon is a tractor beam that draws in the ship to be killed, and the primary weapon is the giant laser, which you can see again because I'm sending in another dreadnought to finish him off. So tractor beam, laser. And there we go. Unzervalt is now safe from the Ur-Quan and will be freed just as soon as we work out how to take down slave shields. So now it is time to return to Sol and replace those two lost ships, and then we will be heading off to Crateris to find the Sa-Matra. So here we are at the starbase. Does the commander have anything to say about my trip to Unzervalt?
Hello, Captain.
No, he doesn't.
We're all depending on you. Goodbye, and good luck.
So, to the shipyard, where we can replace our ships. I'm going to fill both slots this time with avatars. They are much better than the Siren penetrator. And I also want to refuel. You'll notice I've used my 6 slots here. I have on the flagship now to have two fuel tanks so I can get where I need to go, and 4 crew pods so that I have plenty of crew to restock my escort ships if and when I need to. So now I want to go to Crateris. So while I'm leaving, I will look at the star map. We can see now that the Ur-Rat have just about reached Thraddash space, so those two races are going to start fighting each other soon, and their spheres of influence will decrease. If you send the Ur-Rat against the Thraddash before sending the Thraddash towards the Korar, the two races will in fact completely exterminate each other, which is another way to get the Thraddash out of the way so that you can steal the Aqua Helix. You'll also notice at the bottom of the screen the Bakunk are almost at the Yehat sphere of influence, so it will be interesting to see what happens there, if it happens at all before I have finished with the Sa-Matra. So, Crateris is this constellation here, Gamma, Delta, Beta, Alpha, and I expect all of these ones as well, Epsilon, Eta, Zeta, and Theta. So yes, we want one of those stars, and we will want to be coming out of the quasi-space portal, which comes out about here in the middle of Ur-Quan's space. So yes, that is that portal on my list, and so now I know which one it is. I will head into hyperspace and go then into quasi-space to get there. So, according to my list, the quasi-space portal that I want is that one. So, here we are in the centre of the Ur-Quan sphere of influence. Now, I'm going to assume that when I reach the star system where the Sa-Matra is, it's going to be immediately obvious that this is where I want to be. Since this is the middle of Ur-Quan space, I'm expecting there to be a lot of Ur-Quan ships about, so if I come into a system and discover that it's not immediately obvious that this is the system where the Sa-Matra is, I will leave and try another one. If they all seem to be not obvious, I will then go back and look more closely at these systems. So first, I'm going to go to this one, Gamma Crateris, because this seems to be the one that is closest to where I am now. So here we are at Gamma Crateris, and there is nothing immediately obvious here to suggest that this is where the Sa-Matra is. So, as I said, I will move on to the next star in line, which is Delta Crateris. Now, this one looks a lot more interesting. There is an entire circle of Core R and Crateris battle groups around that one red planet, so that makes it look like that planet is where I want to be. So now it is time to distract the Ur-Quan with the talking pet.
I sense the presence of my ancient slaves. It is time, Captain.
What now, Dinyari?
Oh gosh, gee, I don't know. Let's just sit here and talk a while and ignore those thousands of dreadnoughts that are gonna cream us in a few seconds.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea, but I have a better one. Employ your powers. Confuse the Ur-Quan.
Okay, now, whatever you do, once I've started, don't leave the star system. We've only got one chance at this. Let's make it good. Here I go.
So here he goes, and there they go. Suitably confused, they leave in formation. Goodbye, Ur-Quans. I shall now destroy your prized precursor battleship. Now, that does not look like a normal moon. That looks like it might be a precursor battleship. So let's go and destroy it. Seems that there are some Ur-Quan who were not confused by the Dinyari 3 black ones and 3 green ones. I guess that I will have to kill them. Now, let us speak first.
You may not approach the ancient Sa-Matra, the symbol of Ur-Quan dominance. Your presence here is further violation of the slave laws, which your species have already violated so flagrantly. We cannot tolerate such insubordination. Your species' penalty shall be annihilation.
So yes, very friendly. Now, if I knew which order they were going in, if I knew when the green ones were coming out, I would send in my Spaffy. Since I don't, that is interesting. It looks like I forgot to recrew that ship after coming back from Unzervalt, so I will send him out first. Yes, I'm going to use up my Chimera avatars unless I know that I will be fighting only green ones, at which point the Spaffy will come out. So... looks like it's starting off with green ones, but Is it going to be green then black, or are they going to be in some kind of alternating pattern? So come here. Oh, alternating. Yes, Chimera avatars seem good against the black Ur-Quan. He came in really quite close to me. As I was saying, Chimera avatars seem to be quite good against the black Ur-Quan because you can use the tractor beam to pull them into their own buzzsaws. Against the greens it seems to be more of a war of attrition. So that's 2 greens down, we're now on the second black. Running out of avatar, but I've still got 3 more. Okay, if they're carrying on alternating, which they are, this should be the last green one, which means that if and when this avatar dies, I will send in the Staffy. So, go Staffy! Do what you do best. Let's see how well you can survive against the black guys. Got them down to half health. My 2 remaining avatars should be enough to see that off. that's done, what next?